I'm Sigrid Nielsen,
And I'm Bob Orr.
and in 2019 we decided to collect queer books because we discovered that many of them were going out of print, disappearing, and being pulped.
We set up Lavender Menace Queer Books Archive in order to create a collection of these endangered books, and we're going to talk about one or two of them now.
We've been collecting books for the archive ever since 2019. We made some surprising discoveries in these books, and I'm going to tell you about one of them in this book, Mother Millet by Kate Millett. Kate Millett wrote Sexual Politics, which made one of the most basic arguments in feminism then and now. This was back in 1970. She pointed out that men's dominance over women in society was not simply because they were physically large and strong and owned over 99% of the world's property. She showed how literary works by male writers, celebrated as monuments of genius and wisdom, were also works of sexual politics, advertisements for men's superior intellects and moral sense and women's lesser status. And a lot of women read this book, and I was one of them. We felt our eyes had been opened. Sexual Politics was a huge bestseller, but Kate Millett was outed as a bisexual, and the publishers and magazines turned against her. She refused to hide, and she paid a high price. But feminism kept growing and gaining ground, and Kate Millett kept writing and working as an activist until she died at age 82 in 2017. And fast forward to now, I was opening this memoir, Mother Millet. It's about her estrangement and reconciliation with her mother, who, as you can imagine, wasn't a feminist. And there was Millett's signature. Luckily, her writing was very large, and I was amazed by this. What it meant was that she had held and touched this book, this copy of it. I would say that's an important part of heritage and what a community is. Tangible links with a past we all share, things we have in common, while being the individual and diverse community that we are. And I'll show you one more. This is Death Wore a Diadem by Iona McGregor. Iona McGregor supported the queer book trade, as we didn't call it then. She was an activist, a writer, and a teacher. Again, she took a big risk to do those things, given her teaching career. And when she retired, she was able to write this lesbian mystery, finally, Death Wore a Diadem. And like Kate Millett, she also had very large handwriting, and you can see it in this book. It means a great deal to me to have this link with her, someone who is actually physically in our bookshop and helped our archive out by giving us permission to make a film about her books.
I'm going to talk about And the Band Played On, which was published in the United States in 1987. Randy Shilts visited Western Wild Bookshop in 1988 to promote his highly acclaimed book, which advocated for gay men with HIV and brought their stories to life. This is an inscribed copy by Shilts himself, dedicated to Sigrid, and asking her to carry on, and thanking her for her support, dated the 8th of March 1988. Shilts' purpose in writing the book was to show how lives were being lost due to delay and official infighting. A tireless reporter, he interviewed an array of doctors and scientists, as well as ordinary gay men, and the LGBT community leaders who pressured the government to act and stop the disease. He was physically abused by some in the gay community for advocating the closure of bathhouses, and in 1993 he was openly shouted down when he attended the premiere of The Life and Times of Harvey Milk, which is based on his book, The Mayor of Castro Street. We have a copy in the archive here. Equally, he was praised by others in the community for writing the book. He died in 1994 from HIV complications. I started to read And the Band Played On in preparation for his visit and had to stop at a conversation between Schiltz and a doctor who said that one of the opportunistic diseases resulting from HIV had only ever been found in sheep. Schiltz asked, "What happened to the sheep?" The doctor replied, "They were shot." I still haven't finished reading the book.
We've collected over 3,500 books in the archive now, and we also have magazines and ephemera. We're preserving the words, but we're also preserving tangible links with the past that remind us that our community has always been here and that we've learned to work together over the 40 years and more that our collection covers. We've been able to do this because of your support, because so many people have visited the archive, have shared our posts, have contributed to help us, done events for us. Like many other queer groups, we are now having to look for funding in order to survive.
We've been funded by the National Lottery Heritage Fund for 3 years, and this funding is about to run out. So we've set up a crowdfunder, and when we've had fantastic support, and I want to thank everyone. Nearly 1,000 people have contributed. It makes a real difference to us, and we really appreciate your support. We still haven't reached our target, so there's still time for you to donate whatever you can. Thank you.
Thank you. Whatever you donate and whatever support you can give will come back not only to you, but to queer people in the future.